There. Another area liberated. A large area. What, is there still baddies over there? Spell Steel Spear, Camping Set L, Reverend Knights. I don't know what awaits us at Bisphane Basilica, but I'm ready to find out. Let's go, Elaine. Alright. Yoink. And... Hey, Elaine, do you mind if I just throw a disco party over here? Wow, look at those lights! Cool, thanks, bro. I really appreciate it, man. I really need to get that out of my system. I've been going through a rough patch, and throwing that disco in the graveyard just really helped me along. So, yeah, I'm getting things figured out here bit by bit when it comes to GameCube kind of stuff. Because it's like, I have this nation left, and then... Well, I'll just show it on a map here, really quickly. Found something. Nameless Guard Spear, and it has Eagle Eye. Oh, okay. But yeah. Like, what, in terms of the GameCube? Or, But I'd say so. So, this is the map, and as you can see, I have most of it mapped out. Yeah, I would say so, a bit here. And you can see that in terms of raw exploration, I'm at 96.2% here. So, I've done World 1, Cornea, World 2, Drakenhold, World 3, Elheim, World 4, Bastorius, and World 5, Albion. Yeah, I think Elden Ring is also a really, really bad one to play while I'm busy, because it's like, it's the kind of game that expects you to be stumped on bosses for like a little while and go at them for like 20 minutes, an hour, however long it takes. And it can take me like variable times like that. And it's just that awful feeling of knowing if I cleared it the first time, then I wouldn't have had to spend all this time doing it over and over again. That could have gone towards my other projects that I'm so behind on. It's like I'm trying to invest my time in a meaningful way. So doing it over and over again on something where it's like, it didn't have to take that long and didn't have to be that time consuming. It just becomes really frustrating to me. And it's like, wow, this is the complete opposite point of the game. This is not remotely just sitting down and enjoying it as this game is intended to be played. I should really not be playing this while the game queue is super crazy. And so I got to the final boss of the Elden Ring DLC, and I played it enough and learned its patterns enough to get to phase 2 on my own, but I'm doing so little damage right now that it's like, yeah, I need summons, or like some extra firepower, or just go around and do the other bosses that I'd want to do eventually anyway, and that's gonna take a little bit of time. So, let's just chill out for now. I looked up the ending on YouTube and showed it on stream, and I was like, there, that's the ending, that's how it ends. We'll consider the Elden Ring DLC playthrough finished for now, but one day when I have the time to just come back and genuinely enjoy it, then I'll just run around and like take out the other bosses that I missed that I still want to take out, and then finish it off with actually defeating the final boss, and then I can be like, hey, now I did it. But I don't have to like bum rush through it in like the opening weekend or something like that. It's just not like it's going anywhere, like you said. So, yeah, it's not a good game to play when you're on, like, a time crunch. Elden Ring is a good game to play when you have a lot of time to just put into trying to overcome it and beat it. Because if you're playing it on a time crunch, then it does not feel good to play. So, this is definitely not the time to play Elden Ring. So, I decide, yeah, I'm taking a break, and that's kind of my compromise right now. And then in terms of the game queue around here, I'm actually making some good progress on a lot of things here. Like, I see that there's that DM that you sent me here. Hold on. So, this, there's probably an hour and a half left. This, there might be 1 or 2 sessions, but there's not a lot. I'll just set up, like, some teams, like, my setups and stuff like that, maybe out of town this weekend, and get them good to go. This, there's not a lot left, and I'll showcase on the map here in a hot second how much there is left. This, I have 3 chapters left to the game, 3 levels. They'll be time-consuming levels, but only 3 levels. It'll take me only 1 or 2 streams. This, only the epilogue. This, I wasn't sure how much I was into, but I actually beat one of the main stories. There's still 2 other, like, side stories that I already have, like, partial progress in, but they should take me, like, nowhere near as long. I started the last stream of this, and I actually beat the main storyline, like, really soon after. I was like, oh, I'm actually making good progress on that. And then it's like we still have Tales Symphony, and this is like the one still long ongoing thing that I'm like nowhere near completing. But most of these, I'm actually really close to getting through a lot of these. And then I decide I'm not going to do the DLC like right afterwards. I'll do the DLC sometime later when I have more time. Like maybe I'll do the DLC at Fragapalooza or something like that. That might be fun. That might be kind of cool. I do still have other things added, like we're going to be doing Pokemon X and Y, not this weekend, but next weekend since I had to delay the 24-hour charity stream, but that shouldn't be super long, and if I'm playing it for 24 hours, like, I'll get through most, if not all of it in the weekend, so that should be not a super big deal. Before Mario and Luigi Brothership comes out, I might play Partners in Time, just so that I have the original trilogy completed, and the, hold on, those games are about how long? Like 20-some hours? Like, they're not super crazy. I can do that maybe 4 streams. I do want to do Metroid Prime 2 in the near future now, but that shouldn't be a big deal. I don't think I'm going to do Link to the Past and Link Between Worlds before this. I don't think that's happening. But, like, it seems doable, and I might actually have some time still for working on the video essay project that I'm currently working on, assuming that I don't get, like, really, really busy with, like, more work stuff that I'm doing on other projects and stuff like that. Also, was this delayed to 2025 or is this still 2024? Anyway. So yeah, it's actually looking a bit better right now, and I'm feeling a bit more confident here. Yeah, really good to hear that you're feeling better. Thanks for taking your advice. Wasn't sure you're actually gonna take it or not, but you still wanted to say in case you did. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, I'll come and play Elden Ring. Probably quite a decent bit in the future. Not like clear the current queue and then do it immediately. No, like when I just want to sit down and play a game to enjoy. Or sometime maybe at like an event when I have a lot of time. Like maybe I'll do it during Fragapalooza for a little smidge. Maybe not all the way through, but just chilling at Fragapalooza and like, hey, I have time. I'm here for this whole event. Maybe I want to play some Elden Ring. Or maybe at the 24-hour charity stream in November. Not this upcoming one. But if I'm doing the Extra Life thing again at West Edmonton Mall, then maybe that might be something fun to play for a charity event. That might be kind of cool. Like, there's all sorts of opportunities that could be, like, fun places to play that and just be chilling out as I'm trying to, like, pad for time to make it 24 hours. Like, where it could be any game. And yeah, it is definitely a really difficult thing. It is really well designed, for the most part. It's not completely perfect, but it's a really good DLC. And I really just need the time to, like, enjoy it as a game, because it's good. And you'll still be on vacation that weekend, fair enough. But yeah, I do hope that you have a good vacation here. Oh yeah, and pretty soon I was planning on posting the rewards for different donation stuff. One of the ones that I was going to post, I'll probably post an announcement soon, is just like, donate certain amounts and you can choose a Pokemon that I'll have in my playthrough that I'll just like hack in. It can be any Pokemon. I'll just play the whole thing on like a randomizer and it'll be funny. I need to figure out how that works though. Like, getting Pokemon that people donate for, like, right in the game. Like, there's probably some way to do it with, like, action replay codes or something like that. But that's something I gotta figure out. I'll probably figure it out this weekend and then announce it this coming week. And then, yeah, is the plan. Yeah, I don't want to be like those game journalists that hate on the game. I was kind of hating on myself and stressing out about myself with the, with my schedule and stuff like that. The DLC itself was actually really good. Also found the majority of negative reviews for Elden Ring on Steam are from Chinese players who can't use hacks for the game. Really? That's kind of funny. Anyway, this game, like, look at my map. Like, I have done most of this. So now all I have is this little section in Albion, whatever battles are here, plus this battle here, and then coming and cleaning up, like, the final stuff in the first area. Because you're expected to come do this last, because this is the final battle in the first area. So yeah, all I need to do is this section of map here, and then this. And then apparently there's some post-game as well. Oh yeah, and this one battle here. So it's like, there's not a massive ton left to this game. I have a lot of hours in this game now. I have a shit ton of hours in this game now. But I'm really, really close. I'll do the Holy March yet tonight. And that might be my last main battle that I do tonight, potentially. But yeah, like, there's a thing in the game that prevents people from using hacks in the game, and Chinese players are super pissed about it. Like, literally most of the positive reviews from the game actually come from America. Interesting. I'd heard that there... God dang, I still don't have any goat milk. I'd heard that there was controversy being stirred up about the game being too hard, which is like... Huh? Like, I can get complaints about the game being too hard if it's, like, unfair feeling. And, like, I myself do have a love-hate relationship with the style of games sometimes where it's like, make one mistake and you can potentially die. But generally speaking, it's actually really well designed. I think the one boss that I really don't like is the Ghost Flame Dragon, just because the dragons in Elden Ring were already so annoying because they're so hard to hit. Like, their hitboxes, they keep on moving all over the place and they're so hard to hit. And then his, like, flamey stomps. It's like, what are the hitbox and what's the time to dodge that? You have to ask sometimes. Can I buy a whole bunch of this crap? Oh, heck yeah. Sure, give me some of those because I don't have any. I have a couple of these already. I don't need any more. Sure, give me another one of those. There we go, thank you.
Father bless you.
Alright, well, I just spent a whole bunch of stuff. But I will use that before the next time. But yeah, but the mixed reviews on the DLC is mostly from Chinese players hating on it. That's interesting. Oh, there's the mines there. Ooh, I can get the mines unlocked before I'm gone for the weekend. Hell yeah. Is there a photo of it with you? Sure. Doesn't look like anyone's used this watchtower in quite some time. There's some equipment in here too. Might as well take it. I think that my favorite boss in the game thus far is definitely Mesmer. Like, Mesmer he is super fast and, like, overwhelming with his attacks. But, like, once you get the feel for them, it's, like, it's very manageable. Mesmer feels like Malenia if Malenia was fair. Like, Malenia is, in my opinion, not exactly a super well-designed boss. She has a decent few problems with her. Some of the biggest problems being Waterfowl Dance and the fact that she heals when she hits you, and it's like, man,
Do let me know if you require
it's the worst.
assistance.
Among other things. So, Mesmer, to me, feels like what Malenia should have been to me. And he's just fun. And he's the kind of guy that, like, I died to several times, but it's like, okay, I got this. I can see the mistake that I made there. I'm not gonna make it next time. And, like, Mesmer was genuinely some of the most fun I've had in a Soulsborne boss in a while. He was really good. I believe that was the boss that you saw me starting to challenge when you needed to call it a night, Guzma. The snake guy. He's super cool. He's a really fun. Gleaming Mace, remove all of the target's buffs. Windcrest Shield. I'm going broke here. Yeah, Mesmer the Impaler. And he impaled me a few times. But I defeated him in, like, what, half an hour? Something like that? So it took me a little while. Morrowind suffered greatly, yet your generosity is a shining light amidst a sea of dark. Thank you. But it was like a really fun half an hour, is what it genuinely was. And it probably would have been more fun if my schedule wasn't crazy, and that did exemplify to me, like, this is definitely not the time to be playing this game. Because there is, like, some really good fun to be had in the Elden Ring DLC. It's a really good DLC. Sent you the photo? Alrighty, let's have a look-see here. Oh, so this is during a Asmongold stream, it looks like. Screenshot of that. Display capture 2. Interesting. Huh. Mostly negative. I never would have guessed. But yeah. Well, I was trying to tell you. And yeah, by then, like, I did take your advice. I did throw myself at the final boss for a decent while with the intention of, I'll just watch, like, the ending cutscene and say, hey, it's done for now, and I'll play it when I can. And then anyone that wanted to see the ending still sees it as part of the series, if there's anyone that even watches my Elden Ring playthrough. But I did really want to... I didn't defeat it, but, like, I really need to get some more strength before I do it. Either by getting, like, some more NPCs I can summon, or by using multiplayer summons, then I could probably beat it easy peasy. Or by changing my build in some way, because my damage that I do is, like, the tiniest little bits of damage. And so, what I want to do is I just wanted to get to phase 2, and then watch the ending cutscene, and then say, I'll come back and do this when I feel like it, and I can do it for fun, was my idea. But I did still throw myself at the final boss for about 2 hours at my current strength to be able to get to phase 2. And after 2 hours of trying to solo the final boss there, I made it to phase 2, and I was like, I did it, I'm satisfied now. The moment he got to phase 2, he killed me instantly. Salamander Great Bow. Okay, I was about to say what's the difference with, like, the flame bow earlier in the game if I forge it. I guess just, like, higher damage, well, before forging, and like burn immunity. In this case, Panoplied, Great Shield? Heavy cover. Cover them with a heavy cover. I'll come back and buy some other stuff that I'm missing later. Till phase 2, that's like the first quarter of his health. That's like, it was about a third of his health. I thought that it would have been like the midpoint. It was about a third-ish, if I recall. When his combos are like 6 or 7 swings sometimes of just swing, 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 swing. And I have to dodge all of them, and then I can get 1 hit. And then I have to dodge like that many swings there. Also, it's not Prime Radon. It's very close, but it's not. Oh, what, like lore-wise? I figured it would be like Radon in his prime. Is what I figured that was. Time to die. Give me some monies. Thank you. It bugs me how there's no space between war funds and the 5,000. Lore-wise. Oh, huh. Interesting. So I guess you never get to see Radon, whoa, in his complete prime. But pretty close, at least. What the heck am I doing? Let's see some rapport conversations, not report conversations. Didn't want to come back, he was forced to come back. Like me playing some games that I didn't want to finish off, like Fire Emblem Three Houses. And you know, when it comes to like me wanting to play games more for fun rather than like this obligation to finish things, Fire Emblem Three Houses was one of the ones that I kind of forced myself through. But now with Three Hopes, where I completed 1 playthrough and there's still 2 more routes, but I'm so done with that world, I think I'm most likely just not going to come back to it at all. Like, and I'm not going to be forced to come back like Radon. I'm just going to be like, yeah, there's no one forcing me here. Let's just not. I've covered, what now? Like, probably about 450 videos on my YouTube channel of Fodlan, of the world of Fodlan from Fire Emblem Three Houses. Like, there was 300 some parts for Three Houses. There was about 130, 140, something like that for Three Hopes. And then there was like a few video essays and guides. So yeah, I probably have like well over 450 videos in the world of Fire Emblem Three Houses. And at this point, it's like, no, there's still more content, but I am so done. It's too much. Slow down. Thanks for letting me ride with you, sir. When I grow up, I want to be a knight just like you. A fine thing to aspire to, indeed. Now then, I must be off. Oh, wait until my friends hear about this. Hello there, Your Highness. That was kind of you to do, Clive. Though you and Adel are both of noble lineage, you never let such matters hinder your relationship with the common man. As is our duty as Knights of the Ashen Blue, status and station are nigh meaningless here in our province. To join our order, all one needs is the talent to hold a blade and the ambition to see their journey through. One such as that boy from earlier. But of course, so long as he truly wishes to become a knight. Think of Baroness and her lack of horse. Being born to commoner parents, she couldn't afford a steed of her own. While she claims it's due to her dislike of the beasts, she simply never had the opportunity to learn. Yet while she stood with our order, she was every ounce our equal. Point well made. In truth, I always believed a knight had to come from noble birth. Cornea is a nation of great history, Your Highness. Of great noble families who have endured for centuries, while those beneath them are resigned to subsist off their land. Most knights, on the other hand, belong to the lower nobility, class fully subservient to those more illustrious houses. And while you might expect such vassalage to be a positive thing, it is often rife with abuse and exploitation. The province of the Ashen Blue exists to upend such a system, as has been its purpose ever since King Gerard granted our order the land we stand upon. My grandfather, the Sacred Blade of Cornea. I only knew him from portraits I've seen on the castle walls myself, and he looks just like you. What a fine image they must have painted. He truly was a master of the sword, as his name suggests. Though from what I understand, he often questioned the morality of royal rule. Why did he deserve to lead the nation? Simply because of the lineage into which he was born? It was that doubt which led him to frequently roam the land, enlisting to his service any able subject he came across, no matter their birth. It's a spirit which the Ashen Blue carries forth to this day in our rejection of minutiae like title or status. We are all knights under the same banner, equals in every way imaginable. Though, as you might expect, such bold proclamations have never garnered the support of the upper nobility. In fact, they've ever despised our order for tarnishing the legacy of their storied houses. While we swore allegiance to only one sovereign, great King Gerard, who bestowed this province upon us. Thus, our territory has served as a deterrent for the nobility's influence, and the cornerstone of a lasting peace in the region. Some story indeed, Clive. I understand now why you declined to join my royal guard. It was out of pride for your homeland, and the will to see its ideals carried through to the next generation of knights. I only hope I didn't bore you with a tale, Your Highness. You did no such thing. It is clear to me now that I know almost nothing about my own kingdom. Please, you mustn't speak so ill of yourself. In the future, Clive, I wish to hear more of this province, and of your life within its borders, should you be willing to share. Be most honored. That was actually a good support conversation there. Or rapport conversation, whatever. But yeah, Three Hopes was funny. It was in some ways. Yeah, which means both Moog and Radahn are actually victims of the whole thing, and Mikola is the true enemy, not Radahn. That bitch. I don't know if that makes it clear on that. I think you'd have to do lore digging on it. Probably. As I was just kind of running through the game, it's just a lot of Soulsborne games, if you just kind of run through them, it's basically like, I have no idea what the hell is going on, but I love it. It's kind of like that with Metal Gear games when you rush through them too. Like, what the hell is even going on? But man, this is awesome. You've some skill, Rolf, to be able to hit your mark from such a great distance. As I would hope for a lifelong hunter, yes. By the way, my prince, would you rather have foal or boar for dinner? I can't say I have a preference, really. Just pick one, please. Why can't you decide? Ugh. Lex asked me to gather provisions for him. I find myself struck with an annoying case of decision paralysis. In that case, I suggest we provide him with a turkey you just shot. An excellent choice. Thank you, my prince. Hey, got that meat I asked you for? Indeed I do. Wild turkey from the local forest. Huh, not sure I've ever cooked one of those. I think I'm better off roasting it or tossing it in a stew. I think both would taste pretty good. Mind if I take until morning to think it over? Morning? But I'm supposed to be making dinner tonight! I guess Rolf has a tough time with decisions. I do a lot of the time as well, honestly. Yeah, whose blade is Miladia? Mikola. Yeah, the blade of Mikola, or whatever the heck there. Wow, I have a few support conversations here. Basically, the king of the capital in front of the Erd tree. Radahn or Mikola? Let's see here. Between Elaine and Sharon. Bye, Miss Sharon. Despite their circumstances, the children of this orphanage seem to be living life as bravely as they can. Yet at times, I've noticed a profound sadness behind their eyes. It's simply the reality of losing your parents at such a young age. No matter how hard you try to heal the wound on your heart, the bitter scar will always remain. Though I have someone now who's able to soothe that pain, at least a bit. You speak of Oculus. I suppose I don't exactly hide it. She always used to remind me I'm not alone, that through all my toughest moments she would be there to ease my worries. I also think it's interesting how I feel like the bishop class here kind of, like, it was really strong in the early game, is what it felt like, or maybe I was just too bad at the game at that point. Then in the mid game it felt like it fell off as you would focus more on damage, and even into the late game a decent bit. Where it's like you'd be doing so much damage so fast that they wouldn't be able to do all that much damage to you, and then you just need like minuscule heals. Like, you don't need a dedicated character that's just on the support and heals. Well, you can put in another character that can do damage and do a little bit of healing on the side. But now with all these, like, feather bows that keep on spamming me with blindness, it feels like it is the intention for bishops to become important again towards the end of the game, because they can be using refresh and have you not be constantly blinded. So, yeah. If I was rearranging my squad specifically for Albion, I would definitely have more bishops in there, because yeah, the constant blindness is definitely a pain. I do love how the game keeps you on your toes with like these different enemy classes all the times and different tactics. And when you find something that's really OP in this area, there's typically going to be like some builds in the next area that counter your exact thing. Like the balance of this game is actually really, really cool and well designed. While it's true I never knew my birth parents, I only became the woman I am today through the love I've felt throughout my life. That of the priest of... That of the priest at Ronmort, who raised me as though I were his own daughter. As well as that of Lady Oculus, of course. Yet now you've left that home behind in favor of our army. Tell me, Sharon, how have you found the liberation in the time since? To me, it has been a place of great warmth and love, just as my old orphanage was, in fact. It's evident in the way we've helped so many children, deprived of their parents by the cruelty of this war, and in the way those children smile every time they see us approach. Indeed it is. 'Tis for their sake that we must see this war brought to a swift conclusion. Never again must the youth of our kingdom suffer the unbearable pain that we have. The pain of losing those you hold most dear. Just remember, you can't end their suffering alone, Prince. I'll be at your call whenever you've need of me. Yeah, I guess Sharon's becoming my friend because of all the graves that she's hosting raves at and stuff. Yeah, Miquella there. The promised consort Radahn. If you didn't know, basically Radahn came back because Miquella reformed Mohg's dead body and put Radahn's soul back inside it. Reformed Mohg's dead body and put Radahn's soul back inside it. Oh, since the DLC canonically takes place after you kill Mohg. Huh. Favorite bits of the game are the character sprites in battle. With this game here with the 2D arts, they are really good. Like the art style of this game with these 2D arts and everything, and the 2D backgrounds and all that. It's really nice and charming. Like, it's just a beautiful game. And here's the one that has the same voice actor as Shion here. Leia, Swordmaster, in that squad. Let's have a quick look-see here. We have one with a Goval. The only one with Goval, apparently. But yeah. And yeah, that's fair. And it is a kind of game that if you want to, you can kind of bum rush through, like I've heard a lot of people have. Like, some people are apparently getting through this game in like 30 some hours. Whereas here I am, taking like the most time imaginable. I mean, I probably have like a couple dozen hours just like grinding in mines. I mean, you saw me playing this game a whole lot on your couch when I had some free time late at night. I mean, so you know that I have spent a lot of excess time. But it does feel like a game that is best when you do have a lot of free time to put into it. Yeah, holy crap, almost as long as it took you to beat Octopath Traveler. Yep, you remember it. Alright, let's see the support conversation with the werewolf here. I see your tail is wagging, Goval. Is there something you're feeling especially pleased with? Not really, no. It just kind of does that sometimes. Like when I see a friend come home safe. You mean to say my presence is the cause of such a phenomenon? Now that I think about it, this very thing used to happen to the dog on Palavia whenever she saw me. I'm not a... What do you feel if I said you remind me of a damn monkey? Not especially thrilled, I suppose. Forgive my lack of manners, Goval. Besides, you're far more majestic than those adorable little dogs could ever hope to be. Oh yeah? Think I could get used to majestic. Not that I blame you for thinking a puppy's cute. Same thought crosses my mind whenever I see a little human running around town. Just can't help going over to ruffle their hair, you know. Somehow I struggle to imagine that. I wouldn't dream of treating an adult like that, though. I suggest you start thinking the same. You tell any bestial they remind you of a pet, and they might just try and rip your throat out. The wag of his tail appears to say otherwise. Guess that's the only conversation we have with him. Took you 125 hours. Yeah, I'll probably have about that by the time that I finish this. Maybe more, we'll see. So that message you said about Octopath 2, is that just about like the new stuff that they added with True V-Day? Oh, they're at max rapport now. Where it's like even crazier and like what the hell are they doing and why? The heck is this over here? Oh, this is an Albion. That's why there's still a question mark. I thought it was an area that I've been to before. Yeah, I'm so done with Octopath Traveler 2. I kind of rage quit at the end of that game and I was like, yeah, no more. It's like Elden Ring on steroids. It's like Elden Ring, but if I felt like I had no chance of victory. Elden Ring is like I have a slim chance of victory. Just keep throwing my head at it until I get it. Octopath is now to the point that it's feeling like I have no chance of victory. And I've tried doing like so many different builds and compositions I found online, and I'm just like, I'm so done. I'm just putting so many hours into this and it's going nowhere. I'm done. So even if they did like add more content, and even if it is easier in some instances, like, I am just, like, so done with Octopath Traveler 2 and how they designed that now, at this point, I'm just like, I'm done with this game. We've broken up. We're not together anymore. Though we often face those who capitulated Zenoiran, a thought has only now occurred to me. I'm certain some of them surrendered, not out of true deference, but merely the wish to see those they love safe. Those we crossed spears with in our battle for the province were no different, I'd guess. Also, Guzma, fun fact, Adel here, he's not voiced right now, but this is Bryce Papenbrook that has been in like a bazillion games, but like one of the semi-recent playthroughs here being Tales of Arise being the voice actor of Law. Like, he's Law in Tales of Arise, he's Tiz in Bravely Default, Bravely Second, he's Eren Yeager in Attack on Titan, and in like so many countless video games. And he's Adel here, my great knight. Each combatant I felt, couldn't help but feel some distant sense of loss. Also, I don't think I ever looked it up to confirm that it was him, but like his voice is very distinct and it's like, okay, come on, that's gotta be him. Same with me. We can't afford to falter now. I take up arms to protect the weak, to deliver justice to those who stray from its light. I won't tell you to just get over it either. Remorse is a natural part of warfare, and all involved must bear the weight of their actions, and the consequences. Some reluctantly side with Zenoiran to protect their families. Others did so much more willingly. An enemy is an enemy, no matter the circumstance. There's only one end we can grant to such adversaries. So don't waver in your conviction, Clive. It would strike you down at the first sight of doubt. Indeed, I shall take heart in your words, as I always have. And if I may, Adel, I'm proud to name you dear friend. Let's make it through this together, shall we? Nice. Yeah, Melanie Otis is another big one there. Yeah. Let's see here. Caldera has 2 million health in total in Octopath 2, but the final boss and champion of the continent has 7 million health in 6 phases. Oh yeah, unless they've added like some new music since the last time that I listened, which is always possible. Like, listening through the Champions of the Continent OST, it's so good. That might just be like my favorite. No, is it my favorite app soundtrack? Maybe it's my second favorite app soundtrack. Maybe my favorite app soundtrack is Plants vs. Zombies. Like, it's a much smaller soundtrack in Plants vs. Zombies, but it's just like so iconic and legendary. Ren? What's the vacant look for? Oh, just thinking about some of these scars. Got more than I realized while Baltro had his hooks in me. Oh, considering how long that lasted, I'm just glad I walked away with all my limbs. They hurt. The scars, that is. One does. Sometimes. When I got dragging you down from that tree, I climbed all the way up. I got too scared to make it back to solid ground. Never gonna stop teasing me for that, are you? We're kids, Ren. Yep, and we both ended up falling on our faces. I'm just glad you were okay. Only because you shielded me from the impact. All our lives, you've put yourself in harm's way for me. Taking my fair share of scars for it, too. But you're always the one cleaning up my mess. It has nothing to do with it. Listen, Ren, I'm sick and tired of you never thinking about yourself. Every time you go running off, it hurts. God. You know what hurts even more? The thought of you suffering out there, all alone. Do you even realize how awful it felt looking for you? All I know, for all I knew, you were gone forever. And if you were, well, I've never have forgiven you for leaving me, or myself, letting it happen. It's been a while since I've seen you cry like this. I know an apology can't quite make up for what I did, but I'm sorry. And hey, promise we'd stick together from now on, right? Words mean anything to you. No, you'll just leave me again the first chance you get. Well, now I gotta see how that support conversation develops as it goes on. The Xanthos has their favorite battle theme in all of Octopath, aka Gelder before he became the fallen god. Is that one that has like the recurring leitmotif of the doot 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 doot? Is it that one, or is it like a different thing, Bob? Also, do you know how some people are saying it's not him because of him having a different name? Okay, so that one, I gotcha. But the armor he wears in one of his battles is literally Galdera's armor. Oh, do I not have any others? All right, guess it's time for. This has got to be like the last story battle that I can do tonight. It's 1 in the morning. I can't stay up all night. It's not one of those. I do gotta get some decent sleep. And with my cousin and his 2 kids being out at the lake, you know, like, I'm probably gonna get very little sleep, honestly. Do some digging for you if you got the coin to spare. What do you say? 1,000 gold here. Oh, geez. But I probably get a whole bunch of stuff, and I can probably sell platinum for a whole bunch. So yeah, maybe I'll do a whole bunch of this digging mini game now. Is what I might do. I'm only gonna do this once. I'm not gonna treat it like the last one, where I just got all the treasure maps in a row. Even if that happens again, like it's, wow, the first thing was the treasure map. I think I'm just gonna do it the one time. Just to showcase what this mining spot is like here. Holy crap, this is a large area. My goodness gracious. And then, yeah, if I need to farm, like, monies, plus I gotta come here for, like, the treasure maps and stuff like that. I'll probably do a whole bunch of digging here. I'm surprised that there haven't been any bridges to repair in this region yet. That I need, like, stone from around here in. Yep, I'm getting so much platinum ore. It costs 1k to mine here. But I'm digging up platinum that I don't know how much it sells for yet, but I would imagine a decent bit. I'll read that in a hot second here. Ooh, I got a star iron. Oh, and you can get Fevrite from here. I'm seeing at the top right there. With those icons that they added in a previous update. That wasn't there when I was first grinding in the mines. Let's see here. Wait, I'll have to read that when I'm through with the mining, because the mining is so intense. Yeah, one mining trip can sure last a while here now, can't it? So, I mean, how far down can I go in this mine, I wonder? Whoa. Let's just dig here, screw it. Yeah, I don't think you would ever want, like, the maxed mighty dig in this area. Too many walls around, not enough area to cover. So, okay, so it is just, like, right down to this corner. 140? Is this a divine shard? What is this? Or, like, a big time thing? Okay, a big time thing is what it is. Mighty dig. Give me all that platinum that I'll gladly sell at some point here. Hey. Give to me the things. All the thingamabobs. Hey, I suck at this minigame sometimes, apparently. Yoink. A super big time up. There we go. Oh, that's big. Is this gonna be Fevrite? Holy crap. There we go. Nice. No, that's star iron. So is there anything else I can do with the star iron apart from getting meteorite weapons? Because I only see myself wanting so many meteorite weapons. I already have like one of each, and even that I don't know if I'll be using. Like, they're good weapons. I mean, when I redo my squads, I'm sure I'll assign them somewhere. Probably. But it's not like they're so dang top tier that I want everyone to be getting one. Ooh. And I got that with a mighty dig. I didn't even have to do like the little quick time event for it. Amazing. Yeah, Fevrite is really good. And a divine shard. Nice. Because I can upgrade my weapons a whole bunch with that. So yeah, if I can be mining Fevrite here. Oh yeah. If I have time, I'm definitely going to be spending time here. Alright, well, that was quite a nice dig there, wasn't it? Wow. Wow. So that's what the mine here is like. It is extremely lucrative. But yeah, let's see here. And one of the battles you fight him is in the Gates of Finis, and he's a literal king in that area. Also, can I just say the Gate of Finis has to be like one of my favorite final dungeon themes. Like, it's so haunting and sad, and like, you're discovering the truth and stuff like that. Ooh, the last one of these things. It's so good. The Gate of Finis theme. I'd love to learn it on piano one day. There's so many points that are pointing to it being him, and some people are saying that's not being him, and it's just coincidences. Music. Yeah, the mining music does sound like something you'd hear in a Mario and Luigi game. I see you found a monument to the Animois. Simply give me a moment to dispel the seal upon its entrance. A guard, They seem to be protecting the armament from potential trespassers. If you seek to claim it as your own, you have no choice but to overcome their trial. Now then, ready your unit and seize victory for the liberation. I think this is the last one of these. She was saying there's only one left when I did the previous one. So, time to get wrecked by my Unify kill squad, because it was just the first one that came up, and it said it would kill you. So... all the things. The setup. Oh, man. The Griffin Glide sure helped them, huh? There we go. So what's his final armament? Let's see here. Now you can find Galdera almost instantly in both Octave 1 and 2 in the Gate of Finis/Hell. And you should be able to in Champions of the Content, but he's not there. But the Dudo connected to him there is, or the Dudo that would become Galdera. Because the theory is that Galdera is Sanatos. Radagon is Mikola. Or whatever it is. Excellently done, Elaine. I only pray you put this reward to good use. Eros' staff. 25 magic attack, plus 1 AP, plus 10 initiative, plus 10 evasion. Thus, we have staked our claim at every last monument to the Anwa. You've done well, Elaine. As of you, we'd never have done this without your steady guidance. I only hope these armaments prove as useful as they seem in battle against Galerius. I almost said Galdarius. Like, getting confused with Octopath now. I got a single novice military treatise, 5 honors, and like probably the minimum amount of gold I could get from a quest for doing this endgame quest. Are you shitting me? Whatever, I guess the main reward is the loot. And they just put that there as like obligatory reward, but that's still pretty silly. But yeah, Radagon is the final boss of main story DLC. Wait. Main story or DLC? Which of the two? Main story, DLC? Main story, not DLC. Oh yeah, the correction there. I don't have things. Oh wait, the other thing. Heed their legs from fewest to most. I don't have all the statues marked out, do I? Goat carving? Octopus? Serpent. Campus carving. Is that related to this, though? Alright, but yeah, there's no point in interacting with this right now. I don't know if it's the next right one. That's fair there. To the capital lies just north of here, Your Highness. Also, Elden Ring has a lot of really similar names. Like Godric and Godfried, I think, are two completely unrelated bosses. Or it was something like that. Along a treacherous path, but persevering, you'll find Bisphane Basilica waiting at its end. Yeah, this will be the last map that I do tonight. Basilica's not much further now, Elaine. And then we'll, like, beat Albion next time, I think. We should stop for a moment to make certain we've prepared before we head onward. Unless this is the final boss of Albion, but I doubt it.
Our scouts have confirmed my trepidation. Reclaiming the Basilica will be a challenge unlike any we've faced yet.
Indeed. 'Tis between a mountain rise too treacherous for even our most skilled aerial knights, or a narrow road quite easily ambushed.
Truly a natural fortress, in every sense of the phrase.
Your Majesty.
What is it, Chloe? It's not like you to be so panicked.
Well, it's just... a knight of the Orthodoxy has shown up at our camp, sir. Alone.
I had a feeling it would be you, Nigel.
The state of our orthodoxy was just as you said. Zenoiran has fashioned us into mere pawns in their fiendish chess game.
And Pontifex Errant.
'Twas all artifice. His holiness has long since passed, yet now stands animated in death by the most abhorrent of necromancers.
No.
I'm so sorry, Scarlet.
Then Baltro has sunk his talons into the sacred flesh of the church itself.
What do you intend to do now?
Make Zenoiran suffer for their foul defilement of our most holy patriarch.
Could you not have made public with the truth first? The clergy would surely take notice to such godlessness. Yet here you stand, a solitary knight.
I come to you an escaped heretic, so marked for the crime of claiming the Pontifex deceased. It would seem Father Senatio and the church hierarchy beneath him all sing from Zenoiran's hymnal.
I know that name. But I'm not sure a pious angel like him could be capable of such a thing.
Sir Nigel, does your presence here mean you seek to join our cause?
Do not mistake my aims. His Holiness has ventured forth into the great beyond, and Lady Scarlet is the rightful successor to his radiant office. My only wish is to see her granted that role in earnest, and the Orthodoxy restored to its proper standing.
Then we're in alignment. We would welcome your presence among our ranks, even if only until we reach the Basilica.
During that cutscene, I picked up a tiny little snippet of a paperclip off my desk that was meant to be used in my 3D printed Assassin's Creed Hidden Blade assembly. And I forgot that. I thought it was just a speck that I picked up, and I dumped it in my trash can. And now there's like a few millimeter long piece of a paperclip that I needed in my trash can. And now I'm, gosh dang it, man. I guess I can always cut a new piece, but dang it. When the time has come to besiege the Basilica, I and my men shall readily accompany you. The name of Lady Scarlet, and the lost sanctity of our holy orthodoxy. This is it then. Albion's future rests with us. Yeah, I guess those games really like their similar names and alliteration. Man, I can't explore ahead of time. This sounds almost final boss-like. Or Albion. But I think this is where I get my final recruit. And then maybe I'll snag What's-Her-Face Amalia at the arena. And then I have, like, all of the main game recruitable characters. There's no more. So I can make my final builds while I'm away. Holy March. Upon learning the horrific fate which befell the Pontifex, Nigel begs the Liberation for their aid in shedding light on Zenoiran's cruel deeds. Elaine agrees and prepares to march on Bisphane Basilica.